Good morning, investors, and welcome to your Stock Sense morning brief for Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. I'm Malik, and we're here to give you a concise look at what's driving the Pakistan Stock Exchange as you start your trading day. Yesterday was certainly a volatile session, and we've got a lot to unpack, from a significant market drop to crucial economic and political developments. Let's dive straight into the market performance. The KSE-100 Index experienced a sharp downturn yesterday, shedding a substantial 3,668 points, or about 2.3%, to close at 157,870. This marked a stark reversal from Monday, when the index had rallied strongly, gaining over 1,900 points. The market saw broad-based selling, with decliners significantly outnumbering advancers by over 4 to 1. We had nearly 365 stocks falling compared to just 79 that managed to gain ground. Total traded volume for the day was around 836 million shares with a traded value of over 38 billion rupees. This indicates strong selling pressure and a cautious sentiment among investors. Now, let's look at which sectors had the most impact on yesterday's decline. The commercial bank sector was a major drag on the market, contributing significantly to the downturn by pulling the overall index down by over 0.5%. Similarly, oil and gas exploration companies also weighed heavily, with a negative market impact of about 0.4%. On a slightly brighter note, the textile composite sector managed to provide a small positive push, though it wasn't enough to counter the broader selling pressure. From a technical perspective, the picture for the KSE-100 Index appears bearish in the short term. Most of the short-term moving averages, including the 10, 20, 30, and 50-day exponential and simple moving averages, are currently signaling a sell. This suggests that selling pressure is dominating the market. Looking at the pivot points, a key support level to watch on the classic pivot is around 155,300, while immediate resistance could be encountered near 169,000. These levels will be important for traders to monitor today. Moving on to corporate announcements, for today, November 12th, we have board meetings scheduled for Lotte Chemical Pakistan Limited and Pakistan Telecommunications Company Limited. Both companies are set to consider matters other than financial results. At present, there are no major last-day entitlements or dividend announcements to report for today. Now, let's turn our attention to the broader economic and market news, which largely explains yesterday's market reaction. The primary driver for the sharp market downturn appears to be a renewed wave of political and security uncertainty. News reports highlight that the KSE-100 fell significantly amid these concerns. This sentiment was exacerbated by a tragic blast in Islamabad, which sadly resulted in multiple casualties. The defense minister's statement declaring a state of war and expressing skepticism about talks with Kabul further heightened concerns about the security situation and regional tensions. Additionally, the passage of a contentious 27th constitutional amendment bill in the Senate, marked by opposition walkouts, also contributed to the sense of political instability. These developments clearly weighed heavily on investor confidence, overshadowing some positive economic news. On a more encouraging note, Pakistan posted a budget surplus of 2.1 trillion rupees for the first quarter of the current fiscal year, a strong indicator of improving fiscal health. The Pakistani rupee also continued its steady appreciation against the US dollar, gaining a small but consistent amount, which is a positive sign for macroeconomic stability and potentially lower import costs. We also saw some positive developments in the tech and energy sectors. Google has completed its registration and plans to open an office in Pakistan, signaling growing foreign confidence in the local market. Furthermore, Pakistan's net metering generation surged by over 100% in September 2025, highlighting increasing adoption of renewable energy, particularly solar. However, a less positive development in energy is Qatar's decision to divert 24 LNG cargoes next year, with Pakistan potentially bearing losses if these are sold below contract price, which could impact future energy costs. Shifting to institutional flows, yesterday saw foreign investors as net sellers, offloading about $2.5 million worth of equities. Conversely, local institutions were net buyers, picking up roughly $2.5 million. Diving deeper, individuals were notable net buyers, adding nearly $3.5 million to their portfolios. Mutual funds also showed positive activity, with net buying of over $2 million. However, banks and proprietary trading both registered as net sellers, offloading about 3.4 million and 1.1 million respectively. My take on this is that while the underlying economic indicators, such as the budget surplus and rupee stability, offer some fundamental support, investor sentiment remains highly sensitive to political and security developments. Yesterday's sharp market reaction underscores how quickly external shocks can overshadow fundamental strengths and create volatility. It's a reminder that in this environment, a vigilant approach to market developments and a focus on long-term fundamentals remains crucial. That's your Stock Sense morning brief for today. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to subscribe to Stock Sense on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform for daily updates. Until tomorrow, trade wisely and make informed decisions.